Oh. All right. Well, we're gonna roll with it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Between the Zones. What's new? Episode 3. Thank you guys for coming back and checking out the newest episode. But before we get started, we want to cut over and give you guys a little bit of a message. Hi, guys. We just wanted to take a moment to recognize what today is. It's 9/11. 19 years ago, our country witnessed a horrible tragedy as the two planes struck the Twin Towers. We wanted to pay our respects to the first responders and the families of the citizens who lost their lives on that day. Never forget.
Let's get back to the podcast, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for taking just a second to listen to our message we had to say. We really want to stay active in the community and the news going on and not just be a sports podcast. With that said, you want to hop into our topics for today?
Let's get straight into it. Before we discuss everything we're going to discuss, I just want to ask you, Grayson, how you doing?
I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited to record this podcast. As most of you should know, the NFL season just started last night, and we are so excited about that. Huge NFL fans. As you can see, I'm a Washington football fan.
I'm actually a Bears fan, but my jersey does not fit me. It's a little too big. So right now I'm a Saints fan. So
yeah. We can go ahead and cut over to Nar real quick. He can give you his little update.
Not a Bears fan, but I'm more of a Ravens fan. But, you know, I'm wearing Will's jersey. I got to rep the set. Brian Urlacher. Yeah. Till I die.
All right. Yep, so those are our jerseys for today. We're going to do something real quick. If you guys can tell me who this player is right now, whose name is on the back of this jersey in the comments, we'll give you a shout out at the beginning of next video. Yep. I'll give you one hint. He owns a cupcake shop now. Just a fun fact. Yeah, so we can go ahead and hop into it.
Yeah, before we hop in again, we want to make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Hit that notification bell. You're going to be notified when our videos are uploaded, and you can just be here first to witness the content we're producing. Hit us with a comment, too, because we liked responding to you guys. And, yeah, we just like fan interaction as a whole. So, give us some comments and some likes.
Yep. I got one more thing before we start, as I was just reminded. If you guys are seeing this today or on any Friday, make sure to check out our Instagram page, as we will be doing nightly trivia. We do give shout-outs on there if you get all of the questions right. It's been real fun. We've been getting a lot of people that have answered the questions right. It's just a great way for us to interact. But with everything before said, let's go ahead and get into our first topic.
All right, and if NBA. So much sports are going on right now. I think yesterday was like every sport you could think of was on TV. So
yeah, it was pretty historic. I'm pretty sure it was the NBA, the WNBA, the NFL, I believe the MLS too.
And the MLB and NHL too.
Yeah, so you had everything going on all at the same time. It was just a great time for American sports.
And for us. And we're getting a lot going on right now. And I was just getting jumbled up with the amount of stuff we had to talk about. We're going to start off with the NBA playoffs, which seem to be getting towards the end here. I think the first match we can talk about would be the Lakers and Rockets game.
Yep,
right?
So that's going to be Game 4.
Game 4,
I believe. For anybody that didn't watch, the Lakers won. I believe the score was 110-100, but we can send it over to Nar. He can give you a couple quick stats on that, and then we'll talk about it.
So Grayson was correct. The score was 110-100. Russell Westbrook did not have a terrible game. He's shooting 50% from the field. And we have a very interesting stat line from James Harden. I think it's a career low for playoffs field goal. He only made 2 field goals, but he shot more free throws than the entire Lakers team combined and made 16 of his 20 attempts.
Right. It looks like Harden was woke up feeling dangerous.
Yeah, dangerously bad. It was an interesting game for the Rockets, as you could see that they did lose. I know a lot of the talk coming into this game was if PJ Tucker could actually stand up and play defense on Anthony Davis. And in Game 1, it looked like maybe he stood a chance because he did do a decent job with his on-ball defense holding Anthony Davis, but the rest of the series has not proven that fact, as Anthony Davis has gotten what he wanted mostly, and they've had a great game. We're going to send it over to Nars. He has one more thing to say.
And I'd say, yes, this most recent game, Game 4, was not a great game for PJ Tucker. Offensively or defensively, he shot 0 for 4 for the field and only got 3 total rebounds with 1 block and still played 33 minutes. So it wasn't his game. Hopefully, if he can bring it back and lock up AD, but it just depends. The Lakers might be taking this one.
Yeah. We're a little lazy.
What I'm trying to say is the Rockets, I feel like, have gotten worse down the stretch. I mean, who thought that they'd be able to grab a Game 1? Not me. I thought the Lakers were definitely going to take that hole at the start because of this big lineup. I didn't think the small ball would work against this big Lakers roster.
Exactly.
But I'm being surprised. But now, just the Rockets are not doing good with Westbrook and Harden. I just don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah. I think the fact that the Lakers are able to run out LeBron James, who is 6'6", 6'8", I believe it's 6'8". I could be wrong. Nara looked that up for us. Plus, they run a 2-5 lineup, as in they're either playing JaVale or Dwight Howard along with Anthony Davis. It's just they're dominating on the boards and the big side of things, and that's really the weakness that this Houston team's defense shows. We can send that over to Nar, just help him correct me real quick.
LeBron James is 6'9", but I think it's also interesting that the small ball did work for the Golden State Warriors back in, what was it, 2015, when they were in Draymond at the 5?
Yep.
So it would be interesting if Houston can recreate this.
I think the difference with that is with the Golden State Warriors, you just had generational shooters who along with hitting many three-pointers per game, had great efficiencies. I'm not saying Harden isn't a great efficient player. His efficiencies just aren't as high as that Golden State Warrior had theirs.
Right, because one night, Curry's going to produce, but one night Westbrook could come out and be better than Curry, or he could just suck really bad.
Yeah.
So it's just the inconsistencies with this Rockets team. It's just unpredictable with what's going to happen.
Yeah. So as you guys have kind of put together, I think we all believe that the Lakers are going to take this. I believe it probably comes in their next game.
Yep.
I don't see how the Rockets turn this around. If they do, I think it ends in 6 games. I really don't see this game going any further than that. And we can just move on to the next game.
Yeah, which will be the Clippers and Nuggets, I believe. And
Yep.
I don't know what game they're on. We can send it over to Nar to see.
The Clippers, I believe, are up 3-1 in the series right now.
Yeah.
So that game has just been, kind of going how we all saw it to happen.
Yep.
Jamal Murray and Jokic are trying their best. They're putting up decent stat lines. For anybody that didn't see the clip, we can try to play it real quick back here. But Kawhi Leonard blocked Jamal Murray with his middle finger last night.
That was hilarious.
And that's basically just been how the series has gone.
It's a summary of the series.
It really is. We'll put a picture up, a still frame, or the video right behind us, just so you guys can see. That's really all we have to say about this series. The Clippers are just dominating on everything.
Yeah, if the Clippers can do like they have been against the Nuggets, I feel like they can go far.
Yeah.
Maybe finals and maybe even taking it all.
Yeah. So, and now we can hop over to the East real quick.
It would be the Bucks and the Heat, which is actually it's wrapped up.
Yeah. That has probably been the most fun series for any of us to watch.
Yeah, it's
As in,
wow.
I loved watching the Heat dismantle this Milwaukee team.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say that Giannis is leaving, but last time we saw a 2-time MVP player who lost in the second round in his 7th year, it was LeBron in his last year with the Cavs. And where did he go after that?
The Heat.
Miami. I'm not
I saw
saying
that too.
I'm not saying Giannis goes to a Miami level team, but I definitely am.
That'd be very interesting if it did happen.
I think that's fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I think we can talk about that more as the offseason comes through, which
Right.
is going to be very short this year.
Yeah.
But we should be looking out for that.
I love how this Miami team plays. They have so much energy and just being able to shoot the 3 ball and everything. It's just it's great to watch.
Exactly. I think personally, I haven't talked about this a lot on this channel. I am a huge Kentucky basketball fan. A lot of my family is from there, so all of us are from Lexington. We root for Kentucky basketball. Go Big Blue Nation. And Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo have been a great duo this whole season.
Yep.
And I think Tyler Hero is the most entertaining rookie to watch this season. I think he, off the court and on the court, is more fun than Zion and more fun than Ja Morant, as he just brings personality that those guys don't have. And that's been what this Heat team is. It's not necessarily that they're going to beat you skill or just outplay you. They have more hustle and they're just more fun. And that's the best kind of basketball to watch.
Yeah, also having shooters like Duncan Robinson. I think Connor, I'm gonna steal his quote from you. I don't think I've watched a game where Duncan has missed. He lights it up on all cylinders, and then Jimmy Buckets he helps that roster out a lot. So, yeah.
I think this has been the perfect team for Jimmy, as he kind of struggled with the 76ers, as they didn't really know what his role was there. Was he going to be the primary ball handler, or was he a secondary just spot-up shooter next to Ben and Joel?
Yeah.
Sorry, I stuttered there. But this team has been really great for him, as he can just be the team captain, he can take control, and he gets to do what he wants to do, which is play his game and listen to country music in the locker room, because we all know Jimmy loves that. If we want to go on to the last series real quick, we can talk about that Celtics-Raptors game.
Yeah. So forcing that Game 7, that Game 6, we could say the refs were horrible. Let's just be straight out and say that the refs were just not on the side of the Celtics, because I think, which a lot of people are speculating, and I think to be true, and the NBA wants that Game 7 and wants the Raptors to two-peat.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the NBA is a business. Their job is to make money, and they're gonna make money with these high-intensity Game 7 games. The more games, the more money. That's just how it works.
Yep.
I'm not saying that they really did force this Game 7. Maybe the refs were just horrible, and either way, it's not a good look for the NBA. But there definitely is a strong case to say that the NBA wanted this Game 7 and had something to do with it. I think that this is going to go Game 7. I think the story is Pascal Siakam. If he has a great game, the Raptors can win this. The Raptors can control the series. Overall, I think they have the team chemistry that you're looking for.
Yep.
Although the Celtics have built it throughout the series, I think the Celtics have more skill just basically. I really don't know which way to lean. The Celtics probably pull this one out.
Yeah. I mean, I like taking the Raptors in this, but I feel like the Celtics are just going to do it. I was honestly surprised that the Celtics have been taking these games. The refs came down in that last game, but I just like this Raptors team as a whole, as their bench is just strong, and then as their chemistry, as you're saying, it's just good overall. So that kind of sums it up for me.
Yeah. Real quick, we're going to finish up the NBA because I really want to have time to talk about the NFL, as that is what's prevalent right now.
Let's start with the finals predictions. How about that?
Yeah. So, just real quick, we're going to go through these. In my opinion, I think what would definitely be the most fun and what has a great chance of happening is I want to see the Lakers and the Heat in the finals. I think the Lakers, to see LeBron just help build on to his legacy, challenge for that best spot over Jordan. Not saying it would happen. Not saying that he isn't already better than Jordan, but just to build onto that legacy against the Heat with this crazy mentality that they have, this fun, up-tempo, entertaining lineup to watch of a whole bunch of undrafted, low drafted guys. I think it's just a fun game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with probably just the Lakers, and I'm going to say Raptors, actually. I feel like this Raptors team is pretty good. It's going to be a good series when Miami faces the Raptors, if it happens. But I honestly see them going on the way to the Lakers, and the Lakers, I think, will win eventually. Just LeBron's chasing his another ring, and he's just going to go off like he does.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're going to swing it over to Nar real quick so you guys can get his opinion on this.
I'm going to actually disagree with you guys on the Lakers. I think that if Kawhi goes off, and, PG is PG, 13, not PG 13%, that the Clippers could potentially take the dub.
Possibly.
Are you trying to say the guy that shot 3 for 17 on 3 nights in a row is going to beat LeBron?
He could
Bro,
be feeling dangerous that night.
He's got to be PG, he's got to be playoff P. That's the nickname. I couldn't think of it. He's got to be playoff P if they want to do it. But I just think Kawhi has, I don't know, I think Kawhi could do it. I think Kawhi could pull something off and go crazy. But for the East, I'm not only hoping to see, but I think it's going to be Miami. I think they just have crazy talent off the bench. I think their roster goes so deep. Every single player is lethal from three almost. The Jay Crowder and Duncan Robinson, like you guys were talking about. And I think that would be a pretty fun game, is the Clippers and the Heat.
Who do you have winning that?
I mean, I think realistically, the Clippers might win, but I'm going to say the Heat just because I would love to see the Heat get a championship this year. I would love that for Jimmy Butler. I would love that for the rookie Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn. And I would love that, for Duncan Robinson, for Bam, everybody on that team, just to solidify them as an actual threat.
Do you think the Heat would have a better chance against the Lakers or the Clippers?
That's a hard one. I mean, that's a really hard one, actually.
We basically just put you on the spot. We're doing an interview. This is actually one of our interview episodes. This is no longer What's New. Nar is the subject. Let's just go ahead and hop into it.
I think it depends. You see, it's good defensive teams almost don't even matter to Miami, because when they play Pacers in the first round, which is my team, and we're a defense-oriented team, and they just ripped us to shreds on the pick game. We couldn't do anything to defend it. So I guess whichever team you're going to find is going to be weaker on that pick and roll game, or the pick and pop, whatever.
Yeah.
That's going to be the team that loses.
It's a crazy thing to think about. I would really love to see the Heat make it. I don't think they win the championship, but I think they have a great chance to make it there. I just think these powerhouse teams with LeBron and AD and Kawhi and PG are just so strong.
Pat Bev.
Pat Bev, Montrezl Harrell. That's the real players that matter here.
Double six-man of the year.
Yeah, you got the both 6-man candidates of the year. Montrezl Harrell, the winner. Lou Williams. What was that? The lemon zest Lou. Those wings. You know,
Yeah,
you guys
like
know what I'm
lemon
talking
zest
about.
Lou.
Bro, they had to be good wings.
I mean, yeah, if you're showing up at the club.
Yeah, Adam Silver. Did you hear about that?
No, we're directly adding.
Adam Silver did a thorough investigation and spent 18 hours in the VIP room just to make sure he got everything down pat.
He got everything done, Pat, didn't he?
All right, so yeah, you guys can figure out what we're talking about. You should know. We're gonna go ahead and hop into the NFL games. We had our first game. I think it went the way everybody saw.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah, it was the Chiefs-Texans. I think something very surprising we saw is David Johnson looked good. David Johnson hasn't looked like a good starter since he led the league in rushing yards. And since then, he has just been the bench guy. He's been a guy that could get you 50, 60 yards in a game, maybe, every couple games. But he hasn't really been solid. He put up 80 yards and a touchdown. And technically, if you're checking stats right now, he has 80 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins has 0 yards, 0 receptions. Looks like they won that trade.
They did win the trade.
Of course, Hopkins hasn't played yet. But for all those Texans fans out there, just bring out that stat line. That's how you guys can justify yourself.
Make yourself feel a little better.
Yeah. I think you guys do have something to root for in the Texans, as in, Deshaun Watson still looks great.
Oh, yeah.
He still looks like in 5 years he's going to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. You might have made a horrible trade trading away the best wide receiver, one of the best, but you still have a future. David Johnson looks decent. You didn't completely blow that trade. You still have that pick. I believe you got a second out of it. There's something to hope for. On the other hand, the Chiefs brought back almost their entire roster. They're probably going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I was going to jump in with the Texans thing. I feel like now the defense against the Texans doesn't have that one person to focus on. Like D-Hop was the main guy. Now the Texans have all these underrated guys like Fuller, and with Deshaun Watson playing like he has been, I feel like it's going to be a good season for them. But
Will Fuller definitely showed up for them
Yeah,
last
he did,
night.
yeah.
It was impressive.
But it's just kind of sad to see the two quarterbacks that the Bears missed on doing so good against each other.
Yeah, we can put that picture up behind us. I mean, you really see they're bonding out there, and you can only wonder what they were talking about. Probably, how did the Bears not draft us over Mitchell Trubisky? How are we making combined almost $700 million a year? I mean, how is Mitchell Trubisky fighting with a vet for a bench seat, and we're the top 5 quarterbacks in the league? It's all right, Will.
You know, it's depressing, okay? I cried myself to sleep every night thinking that we could have had Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, not this trash-ass.
All right, guys, you see Will is back. It's actually because we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. We got a little off the rails. We're probably going to cut most of that out. We're just having a good time. We hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We had a great time recording this again. We're looking to get our next interview podcast out very soon. We're just having trouble finding that first couple interviewees. If you guys have any suggestions, please comment that below. Also, we're doing a fantasy football league with us and a couple of our friends. If you guys would like us to do a little series on that or just keep you updated, comment that below too, because we'd love to do that. Or if you guys don't want to, it's fine too. You want to say anything else real quick?
No, just make sure you guys leave a comment about what you guys want us to do, and I think that's about it for this episode. Oh yeah, Linktree's in the description too. You can find our Instagram, website, everything you need to know about us there.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. And we are Between the Zones.
See ya.
Peace.